Hello, Luke Michael Howard, clinical hypnotist and owner of LUKEnosisHypnosis here. And today I want to answer a question that I get quite a lot actually over the last year or so. Is hypnosis good for children? And the answer is yes. Children, certainly below the age of 5, a little hypnosis machine, some people believe up to the age of 5 to 7, until your conscious mind, your analytical, logical mind comes into play. We're all completely unconscious. I don't mean we're mindless zombies, I'm not calling your children mindless zombies, but as much as it's not a conscious thing that they're doing oftentimes with volition, at least to the age of 5 to 7, depending on what studies that you read. So hypnosis is very, very good with children. Now some of the changes that I make when working with children is typically a session I'll work with an adult will be about 50 minutes in length. With a child, certainly below the age of 10, a session is generally about 25 to 30 minutes because of attention spans. So that's one of the caveats, one of the changes I make. When I do hypnosis with adults, it's always me and the adult in the room alone, so there's no transference of anyone else being in the room, so we can do nice clean work. And of course a loved one, a trusted person can be outside of the office door, absolutely. When it comes to me working with children, I like to have a parent in the room, a guardian of the child, who's not talking, not participating in the process, but is there in the room watching the process go along. So the stuff that I'm teaching the child to do with your imagination, I'm also teaching you, the adult, the parent, the guardian of the child, so you can help to become their hypnotist and learn these skills for yourself, because it will help you. So those are some of the differences. Now oftentimes people think, well, hypnosis is eyes closed and relaxation, and there's not a lot of kids that like to close their eyes and just completely relax their body, so I have to utilise other skills, distraction skills if you will, when working with children. Hence why I have many tattoos and many different gimmicks going on. It seems to captivate young minds, which is awesome. Some of the pluses with working with children is they have amazing imaginations. If I say, hey, think of a blue chair, they're already there. Not like, well, I can't think, I don't visualise things inside my head. Children visualise are hypnosis machines. It's just as we get older, we stop thinking that we're thinking, and we start to think that it's real, and we stop using our imagination for good purposes and oftentimes use our imagination for bad purposes. So when we're working with children, they're using their imagination all the time. They're daydreaming all the time. It's just about tapping into that, enabling them to daydream, to visualise, to imagine, to pretend of more of what they want in their life, in spite of all the stuff they no longer want and no longer need to imagine, whether that be some kind of trauma, whether that be some kind of anxiety, whether that be some kind of sadness in their life. So these are some of the differences between children and adults. Oftentimes when I'm working with children, again, I'll have to utilise and change my techniques, because if I say to my children, close your eyes and keep your eyes closed and relax your eyelids so much so that you cannot open your eyes, it might work really well for a while, but after a while the kid, their mind goes off on another tangent somewhere and they get distracted. So my job when working with children is to be the best shiny object in the room, so I completely distract them from their old ways of being, enabling them to go down a trance tunnel of having more success in their life, to be free of the ailment, the problem, or what they came in with. So it's a certain different type of skills when working with children. But I've had amazing success in working with children, helping them to stop peeing the bed, stop experiencing chronic pain in certain areas of their body, and having night terrors and having to sleep with their parents all the time after the age of 7 rather than go to their own bed. So I've had amazing success in these areas, but I had to fine-tune the skills that I had as a hypnotist, realising the way that I would treat an adult and the way that I would treat a child and the imagination is very different. So hopefully that explains that yes, hypnosis is very, very good when working with children, some of the changes that I make when working with children and how amazingly effective it is. I've been Luke Michael Howard, clinical hypnotist and owner of LUKEnosisHypnosis. Always believe.